Welcome to Tavern Tales Junior, a curated live play 5e Dungeons & Dragons podcast for kids and adults. In Tavern Tales Junior, we take a group of kids on a fantastical adventure full of friendship, adventure, and excitement, using a modified 5e rule set. This podcast is created by and for kids. This is meant to be relatable and enjoyable. So let's see where they want to take the adventure today.
I'm wondering if you'd go wandering with me through the wilderness and woods to where the winds are blowing free, through the darkness of the night, heading toward the morning light. I wonder if you'd wander with me, and I'll spread the word and you beat the drum. We'll round up the troops and get the gang to come, and we'll leave the streets and these neighborhoods, head over the river and through the woods.
Who would like to describe the clearing for me? Why don't you guys want to describe the clearing for me?
Because I can't really think of anything.
I also don't have any ideas.
And Alex?
All I'm really thinking about is like a little grassy field in the middle of a forest. So.
Well, that was pretty good, yeah. It is a clearing, so it should be pretty easy to describe. But there are a few special things about the clearing. And so I'm going to ask the two people who had ideas to give me two features of the clearing. And then I'll get everybody else to try to think of just one thing about the clearing that they can imagine in their head. So we'll go with Will. Tell me one thing about the clearing.
The clearing has lots of trees and lots of vines around it, and
that's perfect. All right, and Robin, what's one?
Lots of water and a fountain.
Okay. You know, that's two things. Okay, and Robin?
When you clap, flowers bloom.
Oh, the flowers. So when you clap or a dinosaur stomps and creates a bunch of noise, some flowers bloom and open. And Will, what was the second one you had?
There's a fountain in the middle that's blowing orange juice in it for Tanjieca town.
Sure, there's a fountain in the middle and the water is orange colored. Interesting. Alex, what's something that you could picture inside this clearing?
Off to one side of the clearing, there's a large patch of ferns growing.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. Big, bushy, leafy ferns. Are they just green or is there other colors in the ferns themselves?
It's mostly green ones, but near the center there's both a purple and a red fern. Great.
That's wonderful. And Saf, what's something that you can picture in the clearing?
Like around the edge of the clearing, the grass is super long, but it gets shorter closer to the fountain. Like the fountain is a super sacred place.
Cool. Wow, I love that. Super sacred place. Is there writing on the fountain then?
I want to say yes.
Cool. Why don't you write in your book the writing that you find on the fountain? Now, this is not in any language you understand, so you can choose to create your own language and write it down in that language, or you could write it out what it looks like, what it actually says in English.
Daddy. Guys, do you want to see my weapon so far?
Wow.
Slobby's eating it.
Slobby is eating another weapon.
Can the writing be different for everyone?
Oh, I really like that. So it looks different to everybody. So but it still says the same message, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. Yeah, I like that. And Caitlin, what's something in this clearing that is interesting to you?
When someone walks close to the fountain in the middle, the fountain water begins to flow a lot faster.
Cool. I love it. It is now night. Night has fallen in Tanjieca. But you're not in Tanjieca. You're in a jungle clearing just outside of the city proper. There does not seem to be anybody around. What do you all do? Robin?
I'm carrying and playing with my ankylosaurus.
I'm trying to find the softest patch of grass to go to sleep on.
Nice.
I'm going over to the fountain to try and see what it says.
As you get closer, orange liquid starts to pour more furiously from the fountain itself.
I'm going to get a drink from the fountain.
You go there too. And what's Caitlin up to?
I am trying to get my Dimetrodon to stop rolling around on the ground and to go to sleep.
Oh, that's great. You may have an advantage on your next handle animal check that you would like to do. You go over to the fountain, and what does it say?
Color of life or death.
Color of life or death. But of course, you can't understand it because it's in a text you don't read. You're not too sure what it means. And as you go to dip your hands in, the color of the water from the fountain changes to a different color. What color, Alex?
A deep gray.
Gray? That does not look good. It gets all murky and swirly, and all of the water suddenly changes from orange to gray.
I quickly take my hands out.
You take your hands away. And Flash, you see the gray water as well, and it looks very dangerous and not good. What do you do?
I get away from the water.
You step back from the water as well, but your Triceratops moves forward to drink from the fountain.
I try to hold it back.
You try to hold him back? All right, we'll describe how you do that.
I go in front of it and try to push it back, saying, no, please. We don't know if it's safe.
Make a handle animal check.
And you can use
Using your advantage to get to roll 2 d20s. You need at least a 12.
Natural 20.
The
of Fairhaven.
I like the Fairhaven. It's because we're the Lord Zone of Tanjieca.
Right. So, you stop. What was your dinosaur's name?
Thunder.
You stop Thunder, the Triceratops, from taking a drink, and he looks sad, and he goes, "Vroom."
I go into my backpack and take out a bottle of water and pour some for him.
Oh, you may have advantage again on your next handle animal check. He is so happy with you that he drinks all of the water from the bottle that you had. And 5 minutes later, the water in the fountain goes from gray to what color? Caitlin.
Yellow.
Yellow? Uh-oh. What is a yellow water?
Lemonade.
That's right. Good. It starts to smell like what? Why are you all chuckling and looking embarrassed? What did you think was a yellow liquid?
No, nothing.
Nothing? What did you think was what?
Urine.
You're in a lot of trouble if you said pee.
Urine.
You're so funny. No, it's lemonade, and you can smell the lemons in the air as it turns to this yellowy
Thank you,
lemonade.
Flash, for saving us.
But it is dark. It is night. And while some of you have dark vision, many of you do not, i.e. Flash especially.
Us three got dark vision.
Yeah, and our dragonborn friend does not have dark vision either. So, what do you do?
I'm asking Flash, can Slobby turn into the light of the goblin's past, please?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, he turns into a glowing green gem.
He turns into a purple gem just like this one.
Oh, just like on the deck of many things? Okay, well, he's never been that before, but sure, why not? So he transforms into the light of the goblin's past, and that sheds some light, but not a ton. But the rest of you then make bed for the evenings?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you keep a watch?
Yes, I want to say I go first
Okay.
with my Ankylosaurus, and while I'm watching with my Ankylosaurus, I'm teaching my Ankylosaurus what things are good to eat and things that are not good to eat.
Oh, I like that a lot. You may have advantage on your next handle animal check. Who takes the second watch?
I will.
All right, what do you do for your second watch?
I keep an eye on wherever anyone could enter and making sure my Triceratops is okay. And sometimes if he's extra tired, I do it on my own.
Okay. And who is the third watch?
I'm trying to get my Oviraptor to sit and stay at one side of the clearing, and I'm gonna go to the other.
He doesn't want to sit over there. He keeps coming to you.
Okay, I guess we'll just wander around in a big circle
Sure.
together, because apparently he doesn't know how to stay.
And your watch ends pretty quickly. Who is the fourth watch?
I am.
You're the fourth watch. Okay. And what happens during the fourth watch, Flash?
There was a person just walking by.
There's a person that walks up?
It just walked like this.
Just walked right by and you didn't get to see them at all or know what was going on. Interesting. The last watch is whose watch?
Mine.
And during your watch, another figure enters the clearing, walking very tiredly. They're all alone, but you can't really make them out too well because you're nestled over on the side of the clearing. What do you do?
First, I'm going to take Maya out so that there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
In case the person is looking for trouble.
So you summon Maya forth. Go ahead, summon Maya forth.
Come out, my faithful beast.
She leaps from the necklace and growls at your dinosaur and begins to circle it, smelling it all over. And the Dimetrodon growls back, and the two of them scratch at the earth and look at each other angrily. And the figure that is walking into the clearing and looking around says, "Is someone out there?"
Yes, there is someone out there.
You're asleep right now, Flash.
No, but I hear him say that.
Yeah,
and then
okay,
I
and you
wake
can
up.
kind of wake up. Sure, that's fine. But it is Caitlin's turn. So what does Volpina do?
She is going to say, yes, who are you?
Well, is that you, Volpina?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. I've been wandering around lost in the jungle for hours. You all got on your dinosaurs and rode off. I didn't even get a chance. I was tying my shoe and I looked up and you were gone.
I wake up at the sound of his voice.
Oh, excellent. Does anybody else wake up to the sound of his voice?
Georgington.
I woke up, but not to the sound of his voice. I woke up when all the dinosaurs were... When the dinosaur and the jaguar were growling at each other.
Oh, okay.
When Maya heard Georgington's voice, she stopped looking at the Dimetrodon.
Oh, okay. She looked over at Georgington,
Yes.
nods, and then goes back to circling the Dimetrodon again as well, because they don't seem to like each other.
I feel like maybe I should put Maya back in my necklace.
Oh, yeah?
Because otherwise, the Maya and Dawn are going to start fighting.
What else could you do to stop them from fighting? Since the next time you pull Maya out, she might fight Dawn then.
I could tell Maya that Dawn is my friend.
Oh, why don't you do that? Maya looks at you. She growls again and nods her head towards this Dimetrodon, like, "Who's that?" she seems to say.
I'm going to tell her in the language of jaguars that the Dimetrodon is my friend.
Oh, okay. Does your character speak the language of jaguars, or do you just make a good handle animal check to try to communicate that to her?
I'm going to try and make a good handle animal check.
All right, you roll that up. Meanwhile, while Volpina is distracted with Maya and everybody else is happily admiring Georgington's return, I need all of you to make perception checks.
I didn't attack her.
One of my rolls was a 20.
Oh, a natural 20?
Yes.
Not of Tanjieca.
That's funny.
The Lord's on my favorite. 16.
So you definitely communicate to Maya right away that Dawn is a friend and Maya needs to be friends with her as well. And Maya nods to you and continues to sniff Dawn and then bats her head playfully and tries to tell Dawn, "I'm in charge. I was here first." So how did everybody do for perception checks? Did anybody get lower than 5? Did anybody get lower than 10? Did anybody get lower than 15?
1 second, sorry.
What did you get, Sav?
I got an 11.
Total? What's your plus on perception
12.
checks?
3. I got an 8 with a plus 3, so 11.
That's perfect. So who all got less than 15?
I rolled a 12.
A 12? A 12 plus 3 is 15. So you did not get less than 15.
I got straight up 15.
Perfect. And did anybody get higher than 15 and lower than 20?
16.
So for everybody who got less than 15, which seems to be the 3 of you, and Volpina didn't get to make a roll because she was busy, the 2 of you who got less than that hear a rumble in the forest, but don't know where it's coming from or who did it. And the person who got 15 on the button, he knows that it's coming from behind Georgington But you, who got a very good roll, Sasha, you detect that there are several things coming through the jungle to attack Georgington.
Georgington, run here, now.
Perfect. You cry out to Georgington to move towards you as you all have to make initiative checks.
I knew it. I knew Tiger Claw would follow us.
19!
So 19 plus 4. Sasha, what's your initiative?
22.
DJ.
7.
Chris.
7.
Volpina.
9.
Flash, what did you get?
23.
Oh, perfect.
Damn it, he beat me.
And Georgington got a natural 20. The
Fairhaven. Man, we said that 3 times already.
You all have had to roll initiative because 7 crazily shaped, gigantic, bigger than Georgington bugs come crashing out of the jungle. Their bodies are armored with that chitin of insects, and they are crazy, weird looking, and some of them have wings and some do not. There are 7 of them in total. Robin, please describe the first one that comes out of the jungle.
First off, I want to say, Dad, what is it with you and weird beings? First Umber Hulks, now this.
Well, it's just Dungeons and Dragons. Everything's weird.
The first one that comes out is kind of like a mosquito,
Oh, a mosquito type one? Okay.
and it has like this long straw, and it's like sucking a corpse, and the corpse has had its face brutally ripped off.
Oh my goodness, this is descriptive.
It has claws on the bottom of its torso, and the claws are sharp and kind of look like human arms.
Okay. It has
And
the
then-
six long spindly legs of a mosquito.
And then it has like this weird tail, and the tail kind of like goes up, and you think it would go into like 6 tails, but then it just like goes down into 9.
There are 9 tails that come off the end of this gigantic sized mosquito. And
Human straw thing.
yeah, it throws the corpse aside. It has sucked all of the juices and everything out of it that it wanted, and it leaves it on the edge of the jungle as it explodes out, chasing Georgington. What's the next one look like, Alex?
The next one looks like a large rhinoceros beetle
Oh, okay, cool.
with an extra leg growing out of its back.
Yeah, okay. And does the leg have like a wicked spike on it or something?
Yeah, the leg has a large spike that looks like it could be used to attack.
Oh, and what color is it?
Its shell is bright green,
Oh my.
but the leg coming out of its back is hot pink.
Hot pink. That sounds dangerous. Do you think something that's hot pink like that also has poison on it?
Probably.
So you don't want to get hit by that leg thing with the spike on it, right?
Yeah.
And it's got a rhinoceros horn in the front that seems to be part of its armor.
Yeah, and the tip of the rhinoceros horn is a bright, almost glowing yellow.
Interesting. What's the next? And it comes crashing out to the left of the one that Robin has described, which we'll call the mosquito, and then we'll call yours the rhinoceros beetle. What do you have there, Sav?
Another beetle one, and it looks like it's been hit by swords. Like, it looks like there's like places where he's been hit by swords, but it isn't. It's where like poison can come out and attack.
Oh, like a poisonous cloud, or is it jets of liquid?
Jets of liquid.
Whoa, that's horrible. And what color is it?
It's like a dark green, but where the jet hole things are, it's like a blood red.
Oh my goodness, that's... All right, I'm having nightmares already. And we've gone to Caitlin. Do you have an insect for us?
Yes, it is a large wasp-like insect, and it has a very large stinger.
Oh my goodness. And is there anything unique and special about this wasp?
The tip of the wasp's stinger is covered in poison.
Covered in poison. How do you know that it's a poison?
Because I can see hot pink things dripping off of it.
Oh my gosh. That's horrible. And is it just normal wasp colors? Or is it different?
It is blue and yellow striped.
Blue and yellow striped. That makes it even more dangerous, doesn't it? And is there anything interesting about its eyes?
Its eyes are blood red.
Oh, all right. I am scared of this wasp so much. I don't like wasps anyway. And Will, describe for me your insect.
Mine is a bee that has 5 legs.
Oh, he only has 5 legs? Did he lose a leg?
He has actually 7 legs.
Oh, okay.
And on all those legs, he has poisonous spikes.
Poisonous spikes. You guys are making this really hard on yourselves.
And he has blood dripping from every spot on him.
Oh, he's really injured?
No, he isn't. It's from like him attacking other people.
Is this bee attacking one of the other insects, or is it working with these other insects?
It's attacking one of the other insects.
Which insect is it currently attacking?
The one that Robin made.
The mosquito? Oh, that's good, because that one's the scariest of them all. He's so like a nightmare version of a monster. It's great. There are 2 other insects. One of them is a giant centipede with huge armor and a glowing blue face and a huge frill around his head down where the legs begin. And he actually looks like a baby Remmerhaz. And I'll show you guys the picture from the monster manual of what a Remmerhaz looks like later. And the last one is the last to enter, and it actually doesn't arrive this round. The monsters have all rolled a very poor initiative. So the first person to actually get to go is Georgington. And Georgington chooses on his turn to run as fast as he can. And he does. He runs and runs like the gingerbread man all the way to your side, or as far as he can get in this one round. He gets 60 feet before he has to stop, and he has not quite reached you in the clearing yet, because it's a huge clearing. It's 200 feet or so. And when his turn is done, he puts his hands on his knees and he pants and he puffs from having run as fast and far as he did. It is now Flash's turn. So Flash, what would you like to do with your turn?
I would like to shoot shocking grasp from my sword.
Shoot shocking grasp from your sword. You're going to move forward and launch a shocking grasp blast.
At Robin's
At the mosquito one?
Yeah.
That's a really good choice. You attack, roll a d20 to hit.
14.
Plus your attack bonus on Shocking Grasp is what? Your attack bonus with Shocking Grasp is +6. Roll your 2d8 damage as you fire a Shocking Grasp blast at these monsters. You had to have run forward too. So yeah, 2d8s.
I got.
It was an 8 and a 6. Add those up. Well, while you do that, you may take a second action, which I'm going to say is going to be to move. So you move twice to be close enough to shoot them. And after that, it is now Sasha's turn, followed by Volpina.
I run up a little bit, and we're going to go, let's be reckless. I don't know. Let's go Chromatic Orb. Let's go like ice or frozen type for Chromatic Orb.
Yeah, you can do ice.
Because Tanjieca is very warm, so they wouldn't be used to the cold
That's brilliant.
climate.
Great idea. I like that. Roll your attack. Which one are you trying to hit?
The mosquito.
Okay, yes.
My creation is horrible.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Will, how much damage did you do?
I don't know.
You figure that out and then come back to me. And Robin, you hit how much?
24?
That is definitely a hit. How much damage do you do?
Oh yeah, I got 14.
14 is great. I will mark that down. The mosquito creels as it is hit by light. While you're rolling damage, Sasha, it is now Volpina's turn. What would you like to do, Volpina?
I am going to try and launch an arrow at the rhinoceros beetle.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Shoot a arrow at the rhinoceros beetle.
15 damage.
I rolled a 24.
That is a definite hit. You have crushed the arrow into the rhinoceros beetle. Roll your damage. You may also attack a second time or do something else. What else would you like to do?
I am going to launch another arrow, this time at the bee.
Oh, okay. You're going to shoot at the bee. Remember, the bee is fighting the mosquito right now. So do you still want to attack it, or do you want to attack something else? Because it seems like the bee is working kind of on your side right now and trying to attack one of the other insects.
I talked to it once because once my mom had a pet. We have a pet pterodactyl at my house in D&D.
Okay, remember it is Caitlin's turn, so we're going to let her have her moment, okay? What do you want to do with your other action, Caitlin?
I am going to try to get another arrow into the rhinoceros beetle.
Perfect. Great. Roll another d20 and let me know what you get.
26.
That is also a hit. So roll your damage on that one as well, and then tell me how much damage you did total. Do you need any help calculating that, or are you good?
Do I add something to it?
Oh, you only just roll the 1d8 per hit, right? Does it say that? Now, you see where it's next to the plus 10 on your character sheet? You see that there? You're going to do those two things. So what damage did you do? So you got an 8 plus 5, and then you got a 3 plus 5, right? So what does that add up to?
A 13 and an 8.
What does that add up to?
21.
Great job. 21 damage. Tell me where the arrows hit the beetle.
One arrow hits it on its back, and the other arrow gets one of its legs.
Oh, nice. That leg is almost useless as it almost rips the leg right off. But the beetle, of course, has lots of legs, so he doesn't care. It is now the monster's turn. And when the monsters are done their turn, DJ and Chris will have their turns. So the monsters will now charge forward, and they won't be able to get all the way to you this round because you are far away. So the monsters charge forward, except the mosquito attacks the bee, and the bee attacks the mosquito. Robin, can you roll a d20 for the bee's attack? And Alex, can you roll a d20 for the mosquito's attack?
Plus anything?
Just tell me what you got.
18.
15.
They both hit each other, and they both do 7 points of damage to each other. Mosquito versus bee. The other monsters rush forward. None of them can hit.
Daddy, by the way, the mosquito never hits the bee
He didn't? Why not?
because the bee dodges back.
Well, the bee's armor class is pretty good, but not as good as as Alex rolled. So the monsters have all gotten a great deal closer, and the last monster enters the grounds, and it is huge. It is a giant praying mantis. There's nothing unique or weird about it. It just is a giant praying mantis, and it is much bigger than the other monsters, and it enters the area. It is now DJ and Chris's turn. DJ, what would you like to do?
I would like to use my great sword in one of the places where the beetle can shoot poison.
Right? Your poison beetle? Now, you are pretty far away from the poison beetle. He's only just caught up to where Georgington is, and that is still quite a ways away from you. Do you have any ranged attacks that you might be able to use instead?
I've got my crossbow.
Sure, why don't you use that? So you level your crossbow at the poison beetle, take aim, and roll your d20. You can shoot twice with it if you'd
Dad,
like.
what does CR mean?
Creature rating. What'd you get?
11 on the first one.
No, you gotta add your proficiency bonus to the crossbow shot too, remember? Should be there by the cross.
17.
And the other one?
14.
So that one misses, but the other one hits. So roll your damage on your first crossbow. So your first crossbow is the only one that hits. That bolt penetrates, punches into the poison beetle, and hits one of the poison jets and does damage. While you're rolling damage, Alex, tell me what Chris does.
Chris is going to aim his crossbow at the praying mantis's neck joint.
Okay.
5
Okay, 5 damage. Is that what you rolled on the die or total?
total.
Yeah.
18.
That is a hit on the praying mantis. It's a very far away shot. Actually, what type of crossbow does your character have?
Just a crossbow. 1d6 plus 4.
You actually need to roll with disadvantage because the praying mantis is way too far away for your hand crossbow. So roll another d20 to see if you hit.
Okay.
What'd you get? What's the lower of the two rolls?
14 is the lower of the two.
Yeah, it misses the praying mantis.
Okay.
You'll have to get closer in order to hit it because your hand crossbow has only a range of 3/120. With that miss from your crossbow, it is the end of the round. And unfortunately, it's also the end of this game session. We will have to pick things up in the middle of combat with a bunch of insects in the middle of the night out in the Tanjiecan jungle the next time we play.
I was hoping we would get to the race today.
Yeah, me too.
You're wondering if I go wandering with you, what kind of trouble we'll get ourselves into. Would it be wrong to tag along with a band of vagabonds? You wonder if I'd wander with you. So I'll spread the word and you beat the drum. We'll round up the troops and get the gang to come, and we'll leave the streets.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales Junior. We'll be back in 1 month with a brand new episode. Our intro and outro music is Through the Woods by Okie Dokie Brothers. Find their music on iTunes by checking them out at www.okiedokie.org and follow them on Twitter at Okie Dokie Bros. Leave love a review on iTunes. Check us out on Twitter at Tavern_Tales. See you all later.
I'm wondering if you'd come wandering my way, if you ever get lost or if the trail leads you astray. The music of the pack can always bring you back. I wonder, can we wander away? And I'll spread the word